a chair, my friend, the kitchen table's on. Kenny's pouring stories like a long, slow.
Okay, do you see the running clock?
Yep.
Should be above my finger. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, very good. I'm going to get going. All right, everybody, welcome back to the kitchen table. I'm Kenny D. You guys know me. I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate everybody watching the show, commenting, sharing it. It's growing slowly, but it's growing steadily. And the more I put out, the better it is. The more guests I'll have, like this great guest that I have with me today. Don't forget to like the channel, subscribe, share, comment, the whole 9 yards. It really helps the channel grow. It helps me grow. And if you want to see more content like this, then just comment. Also, that intro song that you just heard is courtesy of the Salty Helmet on Instagram. Check out the Salty Helmet on Instagram. He made that intro song. It's fucking awesome. I love it so much. The Salty Helmet on Instagram, they have all these old school FDNY videos and old school firefighting videos. Check them out. Give them a subscribe. Buy the merch. Salty Helmet on Instagram. Thank you so much for that. Now, I'm going to get you a little intro here. Today, I have a man who has dedicated his life to the fire service with over 37 plus years in the New Britain, Connecticut Fire Department. When he got on the job in 1985, he was promoted to lieutenant in 2000, captain in 2008, and finally deputy chief in 2014, subsequently retiring in 2022. He has many awards and citations, including as a captain fighting a 3-story fire where 26 people were rescued, and also working during the infamous New Britain arson fires in the mid-1980s, and I think into the 90s. I'm not sure.
Yeah, 90s, yeah.
Into the 90s too, yeah. So not only has Chief Walsh dedicated his life to the fire service, he has a long family history of firefighting with a combined 350 plus years and growing, with all his sons and nephews and cousins still on the job today. Truly an amazing thing to see. Family so rich in history in the fire service. Not only that, but Chief Walsh is an amazing artist who's been painting firefighter portraits and firefighter scenes and trucks and stuff for practically his whole life. It's amazing. With Paul Walsh prints, and we'll get into that stuff, and everything will be linked in the description, is where you can find his stuff, and we'll talk about that. Anyway, without further ado, welcome to the kitchen table, Deputy Chief, retired Paul Walsh. Thanks for being on the show, Paul.
Kenny, it's an honor. Thank you very much. You have a great show.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I've been, I worked for your brother. I worked under your brother and Jay, and I interviewed him. And since then, I was like, you know what? I got to get Paul on too. He's had so many years on. So I really appreciate you taking the time out. Short notice too. So thank you so much for that.
My honor. Hey, I'm retired. I got time.
You're not doing anything in retirement or just painting?
Oh yeah, I'm busier now than I've ever been. You know, it's like I don't know, how did I do this when I was working? You know,
It's crazy. You got no time now that you're retired. It's unbelievable. How do you get anything done? All right, so let's get right into it. Where are you guys from? Or where are you from?
I grew up in Newington, Connecticut. You know,
Connecticut.
Small town, little south of Hartford.
Okay,
and you know, it's a good town. Went to school, and you know, it's being around the fire service. You know, my father was on the job. My grandfather, he was a fire chief. My father was on a job in Hartford.
Okay.
And he eventually took a job and became a chief in Willimantic. But when we were younger, he would sell fire apparatus and fire equipment. So he'd go, "Hey, boys, get in the car. We're going for a ride." And we'd go all over the state just selling fire equipment. But we'd go in, my brother and I would run around the fire trucks and stuff. I mean, we were young, you know?
Yeah.
So I've always been around the fire service, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Like grandfather on the job, father. You guys, like now you have sons on the job. You have daughter-in-laws on the job, cousins. It's amazing. I don't know if I've ever met a family that has so many people on the fire department.
It's got to be some other family out there. It has to be. Because you know what? Firefighting is such a great job. You know what I mean? Once you do it, you get tied into it, and just with my family, I mean, I still talk to my cousins. A lot of them are retired. You know, they moved up to New Hampshire or Maine, and but one of my cousins in Windsor, you know, he's still around. He's still hanging out. He's a captain. I just recently did a painting of him, and I don't think I got the picture on there, but you know, Kevin Walsh, good dude. good guy. And his brothers were all firemen. His father was a fire chief. And then my other cousin, Timmy Jeffrey, he's in New London. You know, he's a union president doing the union stuff, you know, taking care of the brothers. So,
nice.
you know, it's good, you know, so, but being around with my father, you know, and my brother, when we became of age, we're like, hey, let's join the fire department. You know, let's get on, you know, let's get on. And they had to, like, it was like a junior program. You could get like 16, 17 years old.
In the volley service?
Yeah, the volley service. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so we joined, and, you know, I think there was like Frank Danahy. He was like a lieutenant or captain, and kind of got the ball rolling with the new guys. Yeah. So it was like me, Jay, Timmy Klett, everybody, you know Timmy.
Yep.
And
Timmy, I'm going to try to get on the show one day. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Timmy Brown, he was there too. And we just had a good time. So I did 5 years there. You know, we saw a decent amount of fire for a volunteer department. Yeah. It was good. You know, we saw, you know.
Where is Newington as compared to New Britain?
They actually abut each other, believe it or not.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Yeah.
All right. So you got into the volleys when you were how old?
I think I was 17. It was
17. Right?
I tried at 16. I started getting, you know, I think that you take your application, and the juniors was just starting. It was really just, you know, it was the first, you know, we were the first juniors ever. So
really?
It kind of just started. So I think I was 17 years old. Yeah.
Okay. Did they let you go into the fires at 17 or?
No. Right? But there's a picture of me. I think it was a black and white picture I sent to you. Because we would go to the burn tower. I think I might have been maybe a full volley with that picture, but we would go to the Bloomfield Fire Academy, not academy, but it was a fire school, and we would burn. You know, they burn pallets and things like that.
Yeah, not this one.
But it's like
right?
me. No, that's not that. That was me on the job in Britain.
All right, we'll get to that. I don't see
it's a black and white.
one.
Three of us actually. Timmy Klett is sitting next to me. And we did a burn, and there was 3 of us on a pallet.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of the pictures might not have come across
like
when I put them on, but I'll see if I find it. All right, so go ahead.
So we actually didn't do, you know, we would go to decent. I think they did 360 calls a year, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 fires a year. So
not bad.
I mean, we got a little experience.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Did you now?
Good.
Do you remember your first fire as volley or no?
No, I don't. Wow. That I don't in Newington. I know Timmy would remember. And my brother would remember, but I do not remember. I remember the 3 of us, me, my brother, and Timmy, we got first due to a fire. And it was a basement fire. It was in the basement. And that was cool, being in with my brother. You know what I mean? And Timmy and all that.
All in the same company or the same rig?
Yeah. We're all in the same company. We rode on the same rig. I think we rode on the same rig there. Yeah.
So now I got a question. Now, you and Jay, right?
Yeah.
Did whoever got there first, did you guys fight over the nozzle or what was the deal?
Well, when we were younger, we would ride together in the car. Like Jay would go, hey, we got a car. You're going? And I would jump in the car with Jay, and we'd take off, and we go to get on it, you know. And then he ended up moving out, I think, and then got married. And so, but it is what it is, you know. But it was good. It was good hanging with my brother, you know.
Oh, for sure. I figured there'd be a little bit of sibling rivalry there, like, you know, a little just trying to, I got the nozzle, you don't, you got to back me up.
So check this out. So when he lived at home, or when we lived together at home, my parents were away, I think, but we left the wood stove in the basement burning. You know, it was cooking, but it must have backdrafted. So it filled the basement up with smoke. I mean, banked. It was a lot of smoke. So we're going down to the basement. I'm like, Jay, you know, and I don't know if the smoke alarms are going off, but so we get into the basement. I'm like, Jay, we should probably call the fire department. He goes, hey, asshole, we are the fire department. But what I want to do is get a vent, you know, get some fans, you know. But I thought that was funny. He still reminds me of that. You know? It's like, oh, come on. You know?
Who's older, you or Jay?
Jay.
Jay's older? Okay.
Yeah, he got the age. I got the looks.
Yeah.
Right?
I tell you, talking to you on the phone, you sound just like him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I feel like I'm talking to Jay.
No
All
kidding.
right, so you do your volley time, right? You did about 5 years in the volleys in Newington Volunteer Fire Department. Then you get on the New Britain Fire Department. So tell me about that. How did that? Was there a test, or how'd that work
Yeah, it
out?
was a test. Actually, we took. I think Jay and I think Timmy. Did we take the? Yeah, we actually took New York City Fire Department test first.
You guys
And then
all
we
took that test together first.
Yeah, and then we took like any tests around the city or the state we would take. You know, I took the Waterbury's test. I took New Haven, and we took New Britain, and my brother and I did really well on it. And we ended up getting hired together. We went to Proby school together, which was cool, you know.
Timmy Collette didn't get on New Britain?
He took the test after.
Oh, after.
I don't know. Yeah, he took the next test, I think.
Okay.
Because we had some time on before he got on the job, you know.
Okay.
And Timmy Brown he got hired first. And then before we got hired in New Britain, he actually ended up going to New York. I think that was in 83, I think. He ended up going to New York.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah. So we ended up getting on the job, going to the academy, which was good. It was fun, you know.
That was fun.
New Britain, that was the first big class. They hired 18 of us. So
wow, 18 whole guys. That was a big class.
That was a big class because they would hire one or two here and there, but they hired 18. And we ended up going to a fire academy. And so it was good. You know,
so was it just a New Britain Fire Academy, or like a state fire academy where it was like other departments in with the New Britain guys?
This was just New Britain. And they didn't have academy. Now the city actually has their own fire school, and they have their own training. It's actually really good. It's probably better than the state, you know.
Oh, nice. Okay,
you're getting like concentrated teaching on with just the members they hire, you know.
Right, and it's all New Britain instructors, or do you bring any outside? Do they bring in any outside
instructors?
Nice. Yeah. That's good. It keeps it in house, and I'm sure those guys go out to get extra training somewhere and then bring it back. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So, all right. So you get out of. How long was Proby school?
6 weeks, maybe 5 weeks.
God.
Yeah, it wasn't long.
Here's a helmet. Go out and fight the fire. That's nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Holy shit!
Wow. I mean, it was good. They had some good training. It was we had to burn tower the whole bit.
Nice.
So it was fun.
Nice. Do you? So where'd you get assigned when you got out of Proby school?
I ended up going to Engine 5, which is a pretty busy company. Yeah. It was a good company, you know. And and unfortunately, I would get detailed. They would detail me because I'd be an extra guy, and they'd say, "Up, you're going."
New guy.
So the first night, I don't think we did a bunch of runs. I got detailed out to ladder 2. The second night I was on, I went to 7s, kind of a slow house. Got a job.
Nice.
2 o'clock in the morning. I think it was 2 o'clock in the morning. The lights come on. I'm like, what the? You know, it's like, holy shit. Get out of bed. We pull up, and it's like I'm looking at it. It's like it's surreal because it's like we're second due or whatever, and the house is stem to stern burning. And
wow.
Like, holy. So I got backup. So it was good. I was happy, you know.
So was that your first fire?
That was my first fire in New Britain. Yeah.
In New Britain. Detailed to another company with the backup.
To another company. Yeah.
Private dwelling fire?
Yeah. It was private dwelling. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice. Must have been ripping.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
It was good. You know, that's where we didn't have bunker gear. We had to roll down boots, you know, the black coat and a helmet. The only thing is we had those popcorn bowls. You know, the plastic round helmets. We didn't have I think there's a picture of me on a fire escape with a yellow helmet on. I sent you. Maybe I don't know.
Let's see. I'm gonna pop this one up because this one.
That was when I was a lieutenant.
Okay.
That I caught a fire. I think we were first due because the first due company was out of the area or something like that.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a good job. That was good.
Nice. All right. So your first fire is with Engine 7, not your regular company. You had the backup, and you guys were first doing. Yeah.
No, actually, we were second due. But the first due, I don't know what happened, but another Proby that was on Engine 8 actually had the nozzle, and I just jumped in right behind him. I had an acting officer. Oh, what was his name? I had an acting officer, and he kind of just floated away somewhere. I don't know where he went. So I just got in behind with my probie buddy and Danny Kelly. His name was Danny Kelly. Good guy. Good guy. I think he moved out to Colorado.
Nice. Yeah, at least you know that you show up and they're like, "Oh, hey, Paul, let's go. Come on, get back here."
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. What was the like as a probie? What was the culture like? You know, did you go through like the normal probie stuff and get your balls broke and pranks? Yeah.
My nickname was Puppy. They call me Puppy. You know,
why'd they call you Puppy?
You know, instead of like whatever, hey, Puppy, come here. You know, I'm like, whatever. You know, got to do this, do that. And it's like, you know, so it wasn't bad. It was good. I had Frankie Pacetta and Tommy Heliniak and Salerno, Lieutenant Salerno.
Okay.
And Frankie Pacetta, he was the driver. He was a good dude. He ended up getting cancer and passing away. You know, but he was a good guy. Good guy. You know, he could drive that truck, that engine like a top. You know.
Yeah.
You know, we had to actually. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say once you said driver. Once you like is MPO like a or engineer? Some guys call. Did you call them engineers or MPOs?
Yeah.
So that's a promotion. Once he gets that promotion, he just drives all the time. Is that how that
you
works?
get appointed. You get appointed to that position, and it's a paying position. You know. So. And I remember one time. It was probably 3 o'clock in the morning. The lights come on, and our officer, he ended up going home. So we had the captain come in. We had a captain of 5s. His Corby, a strict guy, good fireman, very strict. You know, he trained all the time, which with that I considered that was great. I learned a lot from him. So 3 o'clock in the morning, lights go on, an address comes in. I forget the address now. But Frankie, he goes, "That's Joey Bazuski's house." He goes, "Let's go. Get on the truck, puppy." You know? So I jump on the rig. We scream. This guy, Frankie, drove that rig so fast. We were probably third due. We got in there first due.
Holy shit.
We get there. And I pull up, I get off the rig, and I hear screaming. Like unbelievable scream. I'm like, there's a girl in there. I'm like, holy shit. So the captain goes, "Hey, grab the Halligan. Let's go." So we go up in a tight hallway going up to the second floor. Fire's blowing off the D corner or the D side.
Yep.
And so I'm like, I hear the screaming. I'm like, there's a girl. So we go up. The captain gets in, but there's a stereo speaker behind the door. So we can't get in. He goes in. We can't go in together. So he goes in first. And then I squeeze in, and he's going in. Can't see shit, but he hears him yelling.
Yeah.
He grabs him, and then I bang into him. And Corby's like, "I got him. I got him." The captain goes, "I got him. I got him." So we got to now. I have to squeeze through again to get out into the hallway, and then I pull, and it wasn't a woman; it was a guy.
Wow.
He screamed. I thought it was the scream, you know. So we pull him out. I get him onto the staircase, and the captain and I bring him down. And I'm looking at him, going, "Oh man, this guy's dead. This guy's dead."
Yeah.
We get him out. The captain leans over. We lay him on the ground. Captain goes, "Is there anybody else inside?" And the guy goes, "No." He got burned up pretty good, but I thought he was dead, but he survived. Yeah. So that was like kind of like my assist but on engine 5. But Frankie drove that truck like a top, man.
Nice.
And the thing was a dog, you know, it's a Mack, but he drove it and he got us there and saved the guy's life.
Wow, that's great.
You know,
holy shit. Now, the captain knew whose house it was?
The driver, Frankie Pacetta, knew one of the firemen in the firehouse owned that house. He didn't live there. He owned it, but he knew the address, and he goes, "I know that." So he put it on because he knew Joe Bazuski's house, you know?
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Like, so working in a fire department in an area that you live in and kind of grew up around, you start knowing a lot of people in the area. When I got assigned out of probie school, I worked in the neighborhood my first year in the neighborhood that I grew up in. Yeah. So an address would come over. I'd be like, "I know where that is. I know where this is." And I ended up doing like CPR on like this guy that I knew the family. I knew they would come out of they came out of the living room. And they were like, "What the hell are you doing here?" I was like, you know what? This is when I'm too close for comfort here, man. I'm going to start running into shit where I know really, really close people, and it's going to be, so I had to get out of there. But that's crazy. That's wild that he knew whose house it was.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Man.
Yeah.
All right. So you do that. You freaking pulling people out, saving people, and then you get promoted to lieutenant. Oh no, you get up to engineer or MPO.
Yeah. I got assigned to engine 1 as a pump operator.
So how'd that work? Like they just go, hey, your time is, it's your time now. Now we're promoting you, or you got to take a test or anything like that? No.
It's, you got to have ability, they don't just, but so I ended up doing that for 5 years. I think it was 5 years I did that for, Oh,
wow.
And actually maybe a little bit longer. I think it was a little bit longer, but I didn't like it because, you pull up to some good jobs and you're standing outside. You know what? The pay was good. You made a little extra bucks. So it wasn't too bad. You had a lot of responsibility, but I liked it. I had good guys that were on opposite groups that are drivers, and it was a good time. It was a good bunch of guys.
Hook up and look up, man. That's
hated that. I mean, it's hectic when it's first. You get the lines going, get the pump settled, and then you just stand and watch. It's boring.
The first 2 minutes of sheer terror, and then it's just like, all right.
Yeah.
How many guys on a rig in New Britain?
We had 3, and that would be the officer, driver, and 1 firefighter. We ended up going to a contract, and we had 4 guys on everything.
Okay.
Really cool.
Yeah.
But then we lost it in a contract, and they wanted to take a company, and I said, take the company, keep the 4 guys. But it didn't work out that way. So we ended up going back down to 3. You can ride 4. Ladders always have the 4.
Yeah.
Ladders to this day, they still have 4. The engines can go down to 3, which it makes it harder, man.
So yeah, for sure. 100% for sure. Like that extra guy, as you know, in the city of New York, like that extra guy, just getting rid of that doorman, the stretch up, tenements or whatever, makes a big difference. Now, I interviewed a couple guys from Peoria, Illinois Fire Department, and they kind of was set up the same, but their captain or it was an MPO or an engineer, a captain, and then a guy in the back. The captain is the guy that had the nozzle, that freaking did everything, and the guy in the back just basically backed up the captain. Is that kind of how did it run in your department? No.
And what's weird? Not weird. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Every position, when I was a boss, I had 4 guys when I was a lieutenant. So every guy had a position.
Yeah.
Behind the pump operator was the hydrant. He would grab the hydrant, and behind me was the nozzle man. If we were first due, my nozzle man and the guy who's behind the MPO or the driver would be the backup, and then I would be behind them, and that made it so much nicer. Oh, it was great having 4 guys on a ring.
Yeah,
what a difference, it was nice.
It's just funny to hear the different nuances of we're all in there fighting fires, and you just hear how different departments are set up and how they do things. I was blown away when they told me, the captain's got the nozzle. I was like, what? I was like,
how's he supervise? How's he supervise?
It's just weird. Like the engineer, pump up, hit the pump. He might even the guy in the back might have stretched and the captain had the nozzle. It was something weird like that. But I was like, I don't know if I like that.
No. The captain's got to be he's a supervisor. He's the boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're on the tip, you're not looking at what's going on,
Exactly. That's what I think. Now, just a quick question about being a engineer, with all this cold weather, we've had such cold weather lately. You ever have to deal with any freaking frozen hydrants and any trouble with as a pumper?
Yeah, I think we've had some frozen hydrants. I'm trying to remember back then, it seems so long ago, but we had snow one time. I mean, I remember driving down the streets where I would try to get the rig so close to the snowbank, my rig would go up and it'd go back down into it. And sometimes you'd tap people, here and there. But we would have frozen hydrants here and there.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been so many multiples lately, and a lot of it's to do with all the frozen hydrants. I was just curious if you had any stories or if you remember anything about it. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So long ago,
Yeah. All them years ago.
Yeah. Right.
All right, so you get promoted to lieutenant. How was that? When did you get? Was there a test and all that? How'd that work?
Yeah, I got in 2000. I got promoted.
You
know, so yeah, it was a written test. You had to go for the interview, written test interview, and I took it twice before, but I didn't do well. But
okay,
I said, I got to get serious. So I got promoted, and I ended up going to Engine 7. You know?
Oh, you got promoted and went back to Engine 7 as a lieutenant.
Went back to 7s where I used to get detailed to.
Nice.
And I had good guys working there, so it was good. You know,
yeah.
Some of them were there because they're on the tail end of their career, but it was good. You know,
right.
We were so far out that sometimes driving the calls took us forever to get there. You know,
right. This isn't so. This is 2. Is that the rescue company that you were on?
No. That's Engine 2. That's when I was a captain of 2s.
Okay.
And I was detailed, or I had overtime, and we had 2 jobs that day. Kick-ass fires. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good.
All right. So you're at Engine 7 as lieutenant. Any good fire stories there? You remember anything? Your first job as a boss?
You know what? We were like the company that was always second or third due. You know, like for Engine 7, it's like we're out by the college, and we'd run a lot to the college. It was like, I should have got a degree the amount of times I was spent at that school. You know what I mean? It was like,
Yeah.
And but I remember getting in trouble at 7s. I ended up.
You didn't get in trouble. Stop it.
Check this out.
You're a quiet boy. Come on.
So I worked with Chris Walsh, funny guy. Rusty Shea. Actually, Rusty Shea, his cousin was in New York on 27 truck. So I had good guys. Yeah.
Okay.
His name was Rooster, the Rooster. I don't know.
Nice.
Older guys know who he is, So I told Chris, I go, hey, listen, there's a lot of overtime guys tomorrow, and they're working. I'm going to write up that Engine 7 is going to start doing medicals. And right now we weren't doing medicals, but the city was talking about us running EMS. So guys, it was a hotbed subject. Nobody wanted to talk about it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to screw around. So what I did is I wrote it up on a letterhead, and I signed the chief's name because I'm artistic. I can sign it just right. Chief Robert McCran, right? And Chief McCran, I respected, loved the guy, really, really, old school chief, the whole bit. His brother was on the job. His brother was a deputy with me, really, really good, and his brother was a captain, good guys,
Yeah.
So these guys, I leave. Now, Chris is also working overtime. I tell Chris, hey, Chris, just make sure you pull it off the wall after you bust their balls enough. Because the guys that are going to read this on the bulletin board, they're going to freak out that they got to go on medical call. He doesn't. They leave it up. So now they go to a call, and these guys see the chief, or they stop by headquarters to see the chief, the assistant chief. They go, what's this bullshit? You're going to make us do medical calls today? What are you talking about? The flyer. He goes, I'm going to come and get that flyer from you.
Oh,
so they
man.
he looks at it and goes, that's not my signature. So somebody calls me and says, hey, did you have anything to do with this? Shit, yeah, that was me. So they go, you got to go see the chief. I'm like, oh, no.
In your class A's.
Yeah. So I go up and see the chief, and he goes, what are you doing? I'm like, it was a joke, Yeah, but you signed my name to it. And he goes, it's a good signature. I'm like, sorry, chief. He goes, this will never happen again. Am I right? I'm like, no, chief. Nope. Never again.
That's great.
So,
that's
but
great.
Yeah, that's
so actually, how long after that did you guys start running medical calls?
Probably.
Or was it because of that? The chief was like, you know what? Fuck him. Watch this.
No, it was coming. And the funny thing is, we got a really good contract.
Yeah.
And all the older guys, they left. They're like, we ain't doing EMS, but they got a contract,
Yeah. So it wasn't too long after that, then, I guess.
Yeah, no, not probably maybe a year, and then we started running. And
I bet it jacked up your run volume, though, for sure.
New Britain EMS, I think when I left, they were doing 13,000. See, New Britain has New Britain EMS, and it's kind of like a part of the city, but it's not. And they're a great organization. I mean, if you get hurt in the city of New Britain, you got a great chance of surviving, So they have 3 rigs and they do like 13,000 runs a year. So
Wow.
that's a lot of running. I think
Yeah.
they did this year. That's when I retired, but I heard it's probably more like 16,000 now.
Yeah. Now the ambulance housed in the firehouse with the rigs?
No, they have them out on in their own quarters.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Wow.
they're good organization.
That's funny though. That's funny though. Let me see. Is this you as a chief or is this you as a? Oh yeah,
that's me as a chief.
That's a chief. Okay. Let me see if I can find. Go
ahead. A story about that one?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
All right. So I'm home with my son Tyler, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, I think New Britain's got a job." And I'm like, "Yeah, all right, let's listen." So I had a radio, so I'm listening. I'm like, "Oh, it sounds like, they got a good job. Let's go."
Buffing the scanner at home. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think because I was a deputy, I think I had. Oh, much better. I think I had a portable. I don't know. I think I had a portable. So
yeah,
my son and I, Tyler, and we get to the fire. So I see the battalion or the deputy chief that's running the fire. He has three decker, and it's going good in the rear porches. So he goes, "Hey," I'm like, "What?" He goes, "I got another fire. Dispatch just told me I got another fire on Washington Street." He said, "Can you take it?" I'm like, "I'm not working, but yeah, I'll go."
Yeah, fuck
so
it.
I got in the car. I drove down to the firehouse, got into the spare chief's car, got my gear. My kid's with me. So Tyler's with me. I'm like, "Tyler, just turn a siren on." So I'm driving. And I'm like, "Just pick up the radio for me." We get there. There's 2 companies left in the city. They were at this fire. And it's fire on the first floor, moving up into the second into the attic too. So I hear the 2 companies, good guys. I think it was Captain Brophy and I forget who else was the boss on the engine. No, he was the boss on the engine, and I forget who was on the truck. But so now I need help. So I called dispatch. I say, "Hey, give me mutual aid. I need company." So we ran the fire, but it was like a cold ass day. I hate the cold, and I'm out there freezing my tail off. But yeah, that's that picture. That's from that.
That's great. That's funny.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's all good.
Who would mutual aid? Who would mutual aid with you guys?
We would have Hartford, West Hartford, Bristol, and I think after that they call Yukon Medical Center, and then I think Middletown Fire Department, where my son Tyler is.
Okay. Okay. So everything is real pretty close.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I didn't realize it was that close together.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty good.
That's pretty wild. All right. So you're not quite a deputy yet. We haven't gotten to captain yet. You get promoted to captain in 2008. And how'd that go? Where'd you get assigned? Same thing, test, the whole
same thing, test. Yeah, you got to go through the interview process, the whole bit. And then I ended up going to Engine 2. Of course, they're the busiest. Well, between Engine 1 and Engine 2, they're pretty busy,
Yeah.
And I don't have I should have sent you a picture of my crew, but I had Kevin Kosky, let's see, Rash Ferelic, and I had I'm trying to think, John Marchuka was my driver. Very calm driver, and but I had a good bunch of guys, really good guys,
Let me pop up this picture. I can't. This is that's a painting. I thought it was a picture. Like, that's how good your paintings are. I thought it was a photo. Yeah. Even like I showed my wife, and we'll get into all this. Showed my wife, and she goes, "Are those pictures, photos?" I go, "No, they're paintings." She's like, "Oh my God." Thanks. So yeah, I thought that was a picture of Firehouse. All right, so you're a captain. You got and you go to Engine 2. You got good guys. You catch any good work as a captain. Now, the difference between captain and lieutenant, I know now you're a captain of the whole house in your job. Like, I'm just trying to not just
on a single house, the captain would be charged of the whole house.
Yeah,
but when you work in I worked the Engine 2 and Ladder 2, so the senior captain will be in charge of the whole house. Even though I'm in charge of Engine 2, I got my crew and the lieutenants and all that, but he's in charge. So basically we work together to get things done, you know.
Yeah.
Supplies and things like that, you know.
Right. So, do you remember any really good jobs being a boss as a captain? Oh yeah, you got the 2009 Captain 3-story apartment fire. That's the one we were just talking about.
We had this multiple occupancy. It was an apartment complex, so we would have fires there. And actually, I was on overtime. So I
overtime.
I get an overtime. So I'm overtime, and I'm at on engine 1. So about 1 o'clock. First, we get Chinese food, and we're all eating Chinese food, and it's like, nah. Sometimes the Chinese food, nah, I don't. Whatever. But I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. We get a call for fire from the building, or fire near the building. So we get there, and I see this. There's probably 30 apartments in this building,
right?
And it's 3 stories. But I see
3-story,
fire.
30 apartment.
Yeah. So I pull up, and there's nobody outside, and I can only see smoke and some glow in the back. So I go to the D side of the building. There's 2 floors of fire just rolling out of this stairwell. So I'm like, oh man. So I go to the chief. I go, chief pulls up, and I go, chief, make this a 2nd alarm right now, you know?
Yeah.
So he ended up making it a 3rd. It went to a 3rd alarm.
Wow.
So, but there's nobody out. There's nobody. I'm like, where is everybody?
Like civilians.
We open. Yeah, civilians.
Holy
the
shit.
companies are coming, but there's no. So I'm like,
nobody in the street.
So I tell my guys, stretch a line. So I think it was Matt Kelly, Rash Relic was there. Danny Kelly was the boss on the ladder. And so we made our way. And I remember all the doors except this door for like the wings were all open. So when we opened the door to go down this hallway, it was like a long ass, it was probably like 60-foot hallway. I thought it was an apartment, but what it was it was the stairwell that was burning. So I'm moving down this hallway, and I'm telling the guys, and Matt Kelly was on a nozzle. I'm like, I'm burning. You gotta open up the tip. Open up the tip. And I'm like, there's got to be an open door to an apartment, that there's an apartment on fire.
Yeah.
But what it was is we got all the way to the end of the hallway, and it was the door was cherry red, the stairwell door.
Oh wow.
And it had that, the little opening glass with the little wire mesh. You can see the fire rolling out of it. So I thought I got burned. I got a little burned, but Rash Relic, he got burned pretty good. He was on the ladder. His knees got burned.
Yeah.
He ended up getting out, and so.
But so you came in one way and worked your way all the way down the hallway to the stairwell, to the other stairwell.
That was totally burned out when we got there.
Holy shit.
It was gone. And when the other side, we were probably where we made the line to the end of the fire, where the fire was, the end of the hallway, total opposite end. They said there was a window open in the stairwell. The smoke was coming out like a train.
Oof.
They had 26 people hanging out windows waiting to be rescued.
Holy shit.
Because everybody go to the door. It was like, that was an incredible fire.
Yeah.
The guys did a great job. But I think we only got unit citations. I think all those guys should have got medals.
Yeah, it's 26 people rescued over ladders, and I mean, and then when you see that smoke just chugging out like that, like a train, it's fucking rocking in there.
Black is black,
Yeah,
it was like holy shit, the guys did an incredible job.
Frustrating when you're going down the hallway and you could feel the heat and feel the heat and feel the heat, but you can't see the fire yet, and you can't until you get right up on it. That's great.
And I kept saying to myself, I'm like, oh, I'm burning my knees. I'm burning my knees.
Yeah.
And I told the nozzle guy, I'm like, open up that tip, man. Get it going,
That's good that door held, man. You guys would have been fucking, if that door failed coming out in the hallway, man, you guys might have been in a little bit of trouble there.
Possibility,
Wow.
But the guys did a great job.
Yeah.
Great
stuff.
Yeah.
Nice stuff. All right. So that's a big captain job. And you get promoted to deputy chief in 2014.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How was that?
Yeah, it was good. I took the test, and it was really tight. We all three or four guys, like pretty tight and getting close to, being 1 and 2 guys. I think there was 2 openings, and it was it was a change, you know, it was a good change in a way. Because every couple of 7 years or something, you should change, do something different, you know, get promoted or transfer out. And but you know what? Being a chief, I'm on my own now. I don't have my crew. You know, I love my crew at twos, you know, Kevin Godomsky, Bash, and you know, we had a really good time, you know, and Kenny Rector, the lieutenant on the ladder. It was fun, you know, but then you get promoted. I mean, you're still on a job, you're still going to fires, but now you got more guys, you know, and you got more personalities. And I felt like I was an island on my own. I'm by myself now, you know. It's like guys are in the kitchen screwing around, laughing, you know, and I'm in my office drinking my coffee and filling out reports. And I'm like, you know, I miss it, you know, but it was good, you know. So
that's a pretty good, like, just to jump back, that was a pretty good piece of advice by saying every 7 years or so, 8 years, go do make a change. Why do you think that? Just to ask you.
You get stale, and you get, you know, you need a change. You need a change of scenery or a change of responsibility. You know, you get into like a routine. I felt like I wanted to, you know, like I that's why I took the driver's job, because I'm like, you know, I'm in the backseat, you know, I want to do something different, you know. And then I got promoted, and then I got promoted again, you know. And it's like, and the chief's job was good. I mean, I had a great group, and but it's like, even after a fire, everybody's like hanging out with their own crew, and I'm with my aide. You know, I got an aide with me, and sometimes it's an overtime aide, and I'm like, you know, it's like I had good aides though. I had really, really good guys, you know. So that made it good.
Right. No, that's I definitely like that change, because you could definitely get complacent. You can get, you know, bored. You can just stop, you know, giving a fuck, and that's when things go wrong. So that's pretty good piece of advice right there. And then you get, you know, now you're a chief, and you're not really, you're a fireman, but you're not really one of the guys anymore. You're up in the office, and that's a tough thing, and you missed it. But you know, what are you going to do now? How is it changed? Now you're running a fire scene. Now you're running, you know, you got to be responsible for all these guys. Like, how did you feel about that?
You know, it's like one of those things that you think, when I pull up, before I had more control of my crew. You know, when I was an officer, I was like, I have my crew. I know what I got to do, you know. But when you're the chief and you're outside and you're looking at the building and the guys are going in, it's like, ooh, you know, it's like, I see the fire. And I always had, like, I would think of like what the conditions are. What am I looking at? And then I would say, okay, how's the progression going? You know, and I would listen to the radio, listen how guys are talking. And I would let them call me. Sometimes I'd be like, you know, ladder 1, how you doing? You know, or ladder 2, you making it?
Yeah.
And it's like, if what I'm seeing isn't changing, then I got to change my tactics. You know what I mean? Something's not working. Either we're not getting it, obviously, and I have to change my mode, or find out what's going on. There's a problem. There's something holding up the, you know, the progression of the fire going out. So, and it was times that I get nervous. You know, I'm like, oh man,
sure.
You know? But I had really, really good guys. You know, it was, you know, I'm proud of them. You know, that they did a good job for me. You know.
Yeah. So it definitely, you know, New Britain sounds like a aggressive interior fire department. So how tough must it have been you got to make the decision when these guys are trying to kick ass, and you got to pull them out and go, this ain't working, boys. Come on, let's go. Do you ever get any blowback from guys? You know, because you know how guys are.
Yeah. I mean, guys, they want to do their job. They want to go in and put a fire out. And I've been in the position where I know I could get this fire, and I know, and they're like, pull out. I'm like, oh, let me go, let me go, let me keep going.
We're right there,
you know. And it's like, and it's like one of those things, you get frustrated, and so I know how they would feel, you know, and it's like, but you know, I trust them and they trust me, because I got to look at them and say, hey, you know what, you know, I don't want to call your wife and say, you better show up at the hospital and we got to come and get someone to pick you up to bring you, because I let these guys go too far, you know, or whatever. So, but I had good guys. I trusted them, and, you know, so it was good.
Good. It's Look at that. That's a nice shiny helmet there. Nice clean uniform. Look at you. Was that a training day? Were you training there?
No, I think it was a job. You know, that's that was a guy that I wanted to have he was Keith Ciccarella. I wanted him to be my aide, you know, and he didn't want to be an aide. So
yeah, I understand. I get it.
Yeah. But
this one. Look at you. Cold. Look, you look cold. Oh, look who's that?
Look who's in the background.
Is he critiquing your fucking your fire
he
scene?
Was.
Right
He like, was, yeah.
What are you doing? That's not the right call.
Yeah, that was a fire. I had everybody come in on Washington Street. You know, I had my hands full. But it worked out. It worked out, you know.
Well, he just happened to be hanging out with you and
no, that was the one where Tyler was with me, but he heard the fire and he ended up buffing it.
What a buff.
It, you know.
What a buff.
Yeah. That's
great.
Well, you know what? That's you know how I got my kids, because I would take the kids to fires, you know, my boys, you know, and Matt and Tyler, they followed. And I asked them, I go, why did you come to fire? Dad, you come home so happy. You know, you'd be talking about the fires and the jobs and you and Uncle Jay. And, you know, I would take them down and, you know, I took Matt one time to engine 75 and Jay's like, oh, I'm going to take, and Matt was only like 9 years old, 10 years old. And he's on the rig going on runs, you know, and it's good, you know. And my older boy, Dan, he went in the military and came out and decided he's going to be a postman. He's like, hey, you know, I'm going to be a postman. But he did his military time, you know. Nice. It's like, and then so my daughter, I'm like, hey, Allie, I think you could be a firefighter. No, Dad, no way, it ain't happening. I'm like, come on. Yeah, she's not meant for it. No.
Yeah. All right, so I kind of want to, you know, go back. I want to piggyback to the arson fires, the New Britain arson fires. Back in because we jumped over that, but not that we jumped over, but I just wanted to go back to that. When was that? And, you know, where were you and what was going on? So, or explain to like the people back in mid 80s, I think it was, New Britain had an arsonist. It
was actually, I think it was 1990.
Okay.
I think it was March. You know what it was? It started when we invaded Iraq. Because we were watching it. We were watching it on the news that night. And we started we got fires. I think it was one of the first arson fires, and we had a 3-decker. And the arsonist would go after 3-deckers, and he would pour gas in the rear porches, light them up. And what I'm hearing is he would go in tell everybody the fire started. You know, there's a fire in your building, get out, and then he would go in the apartments and rob them.
Oh, no shit!
Yeah.
Wow. Huh. So now, when you say 3-deckers, you mean a 3-story?
3-story wood frame, okay. Yeah.
Wood frame, okay.
Frame, yeah. And actually, we did so many. We were getting really good at putting fires out. You know, that was really our bread and butter fire. You know, we would go in, and get those, you know, 2.5 to the rear, 1 3/4 into the first, second, third floors, and and actually one of the fires, my brother Jay, when he was still there, he made a grab. Yeah, he made a grab. The woman survived, you know?
Wow. I think he did tell me about that story on his, when I interviewed him. Yeah. That's great. Now, how long was this guy doing this? How and about how many fires? Did anybody die in these fires? Which I believe they did. No.
No, I don't think anybody died. I think people got hurt. But you know, it was weird because once the fire started, you know, we'd have multiple fires. Like some nights we'd have three jobs.
Wow.
You know, they'd have one, you know, like here and here. Everybody'd get back from the, you know, one fire and they'd look out the window and go, you got another fire right across the street.
Wow.
I think I shouldn't say it, but I think maybe there were copycats, maybe, you know. And then that was in the 90s, early 90s. And they had cops like staked out, hidden all around the city, like where they thought the fires were going to be. We had state police with us with dogs. they'd have dogs in the firehouse with us. And then when the calls come in, they would go out with us. The news camera, the news like vans were parked outside the firehouse. And of course, whenever the vans were there, we wouldn't go to a fire.
Of course not. Of course.
Yeah, we wouldn't go. But then there was one time
get the fuck out of here so we can go to a fire.
Yeah, right. I think one time the camera caught the guys going to the, they got there and they were fighting a fire and they're interviewing guys. I think they even interviewed me. And,
yeah.
A bunch of firemen.
Did they ever suspect that it was a fireman, or did they caught the guy? Or?
They did. One of the guys, Tom Piker, he's actually in the fire marshals, but he wasn't. But he was off. I think he was off duty, or he was off injured for a while. And I think they called him and interviewed him.
Really?
I think they interviewed firemen that were off, but it wasn't a fireman. They figured out they actually had a sketch of him. They had like a nationwide program about it.
Yeah.
And if you know any information, call 100 tip lines. And they ended up getting them. And then years later, I was with this cop. He was a cop, and then he became a fireman.
Yeah.
Kevin Kluge. He was my chauffeur, and he was a cop back during when they were investigating it. And I'm trying to remember where we were. We were in that area, and he goes, "Hey, see that guy right there? That's the guy who lit the fire." I'm like, "No way." He goes, "Yeah." So he probably did maybe a little more than 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He must have made a deal or something, confess and we'll give you 10 years instead of going for life,
Well, he's lucky no one was killed, because then he'd be in there for fucking probably life.
I know. But I mean, he did hurt that woman, so that's
that's true.
But
if it wasn't for Jay, that guy'd be in jail for life. Jay saved that guy's life. He saved two lives. Right. He saved 2 lives that night.
I know, right?
That's crazy. That is crazy. I mean, to set a fire. All right, firemen go in. They're gonna put that fire out. I'm gonna go set another one and distract them. They won't be able to fucking get to this one. I can get to. That's crazy.
Yeah,
man, wild stuff.
It was a crazy time, but we honed our craft.
I bet.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's interesting. That's cool stuff to hear. That's interesting to hear that New Britain had an arsonist going around, and guys were probably coming into work like, "Oh, I'll work. We're gonna go to fucking fires tonight." Like, hope they don't lock this guy up.
I know. I mean, you're thinking about it. And, the news are coming into the firehouses, interviewing firemen. What do you think? How do you feel? And hey, we're saying, hey, if there's going to be a fire, hopefully it's tonight and we're working.
Yep. Yeah. I don't wish for anybody to get hurt or anybody's house to burn, but if there's going to be a fire, I want to be there at it.
Yeah. And I think back in the 70s, they had an arsonist running around in the city too. Back in the 70s.
Wow. Yeah. Maybe this guy was related to him.
Yeah. You never know. Maybe.
I'm going to pop up a picture. It looks like a young picture. Look at that.
Okay. This is all right. That is Tyler on the nozzle, and Matt is backup. Back when they were little kids. They were actually
Matt Hood. Matt, where's your hood, Matt? Where's your hood?
Nah, he's tough. He didn't need it. He's older. Yeah. That's
so they're just playing around there, huh? But
that is actually at a burn.
Really?
So that's down in Mystic. I had a buddy of mine who actually a bunch of buddies down in Mystic area. I know Zach Herman was in one of I actually posed the guys to do a painting, and him and Jason Goodenough, good dudes,
Good enough.
Jason Goodenough. Yeah, he's a good fireman. And, Zach Herman, unfortunately, passed away, but they're in a painting. I got them in a painting there. They posed for me at that day, but I brought the boys with me.
Yeah.
And I would bring the kids with me, whenever I'd go buff a fire and we'd even have videotape, we'd have like fires that we'd videotape. So when they were younger, check this out. So Matt and Tyler, they were younger, but they would be watching, like I put in a fire tape and let them watch, So
instead of cartoons, you let them watch fires.
Exactly. Right. But this is what happens. So they're watching like a video and it shows firemen taking windows.
Mm-hmm.
So the next day or whatever, I don't know, I'm not home or whatever. I come home and I look at my garage, my detached garage, the fucking windows are taken out. Like, what were you guys doing? "Oh, we were ventilating. We saw it on the video.
Yeah.
They took out my windows in the garage." I'm like, "What the hell did you do?"
Doing?
So then I think they're over that. I said, "No, you guys can't do that. You guys can't do that, you know?" So actually, I thought it was funny. Deep down, I'm like, "Oh, that's hilarious," you know? So we end up moving. We come to we got a house here, and I have a deck on my second story.
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter's still young. She's got one of those plastic playhouses.
Yeah.
So they put it under the deck. So they're watching Buff videos again. Now they're about a little younger than those in that video. They're like, "Hey, we should light a fire in her house, her playhouse outside."
That's great.
They put some cardboard in the thing, and they light it on fire. And then Tyler's like, or Matt must have said, I don't know, either one of them said the fire started getting away from them. So they stretched the green line. They stretched the green line. They garden hose. So I'm home. Now, mind you, I'm home. And I'm like, man, I smell something burning. I'm like, what the hell's burning? And I can smell it. I come down here. I look out my slider. They're freaking got their gear on, like their young gear, you know, like their helmets and shit. And like, what are you guys doing? "Oh, Dad, it was Tyler." Tyler's like, "No, it was Matt. They told the light," you know. I'm like, you know.
That's great. That's great.
But Matt right now he's on New Haven. He's on rescue. He's rescue 1. And his wife is Eva. I don't know if you ever met Eva. And she's in ladder 42.
Did you ever bring her? Did she ever come to the zoo at all for anything?
I know she was at Metal Day and stuff like that. So I know she'd be,
I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive I met both your sons.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know if I met Eva. But
so and then Tyler, he's on the job in Middletown. And his wife, she's not a firefighter, but she knows a lot about fire helmets because she works for Ragtop. She's a vice president of Ragtop.
Ragtop. Okay.
Ragtop. Now I got a shirt. There you go. Ragtop.
Ragtop.
Yeah.
And what does Ragtop do?
They refurbish leather fire helmets. So if you have a helmet that's really beat up, they'll repair it, repaint it. They refurbish helmets. They're into making gloves. They do Ragtop gloves, which I wish I was still on the job because those gloves are awesome, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I'll link all that in the descriptions. What is it, like ragtopfire.com or? I'll find it.
Ragtop. They're on. Yeah.
I'll link it in the description. So if you want to get your helmet all fixed up, go to Ragtop.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know.
Yeah, that's very cool. Cool.
Yeah,
so Tyler's in Middletown. His wife does the fire helmets. Matt's in New Haven, and his wife is also New Haven in ladder 42.
No, New York.
Oh, she's in New York farm.
7342. Yeah.
No shit. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't know anybody that's not a fireman. Nobody in your family. Like if they're not a fireman, you're like, all right, we'll let you be a postman, but
look at Jay. Look at Jay's kid, Chris. He's on Middletown with Tyler.
Yeah.
Now he marries a West Hartford firefighter. So it's like we really got to add up the years, when we get together.
That's got to be more than 350 years.
Yeah,
that's
maybe,
amazing.
Considering my father, my grandfather, and so
all right. So before you retired in 2022, you were volleying with the Kensington Fire Department. Was that allowed? Were you okay? That was okay doing that?
I was one of the instructors there. I would hang out. They're a good bunch of guys. Yeah, they're a good, good bunch of guys there. So Matt and Tyler, before they got on the job, they would volunteer. So it's like I would go and train with them,
Yeah.
Maybe catch a fire here and there.
Sure, you're buffing a fire. Why not?
Yeah, fire now and then, But it was good because actually it was funny because one year we were Thanksgiving, me, Matt, Tyler, and the rest of the family's here, and I don't know who said it, but Dad, I think they got a job. It sounds like a job. I'm like, let's go. So we jump in the car, all three of us. We get the fire up.
Before or after turkey? Before or after turkey?
Oh, it was after because my wife she'd made apple pie, so she's pissed off now. So she's got the apple pie, and they're on the table, and we take off. And she's like, "Where are you guys going? We'll be back. We'll be back.
We'll be right back. Don't worry about it.
We get on the rig. We start going, and it's a basement fire. It's actually a job.
Really?
And Tyler couldn't go in yet, but he was still on the rig with us, which was cool.
Okay.
So the three of us were riding to a job, you know, and we got in there, we got the basement out, and then we were out. But that kind of, my wife wasn't too happy. She goes, you know, you could have, you know, what's every day, you know, and there's times that we have family reunions or family functions. She goes, no firefighting talk. I don't want to hear any firefighting talk. And that doesn't work, you know,
because we get everybody's a fireman.
I know, right? Crazy.
That is great. That's pretty funny. I mean, what a storied career. Like, that's awesome. You know, worked your way up through the ranks. You never had any desire to go any further than deputy chief, like freaking commissioner or anything like that, or chief of department? No, huh?
No, nope. I don't. Yeah. You know, they want like associate's degree or master's degree in that, and it's like, you know, I see the chief in New Britain. You know, I would talk to the assistant chief, the chief of, you know, when I was a deputy, and just the things they have to go through and deal with the politics and getting money, and, you know, and I saw on a lower level the things I kind of had to deal with, you know, problems. And it's like, when I became a deputy, it was like, I'm on all night watch, because guys come in, you know, after a run, they'll go to bed. Yeah. Dispatcher's calling, you know, oh, engine 8's out of fire. They got it, you know, they want the fire marshal. Can you call him? I'm like, yeah, call him. You know, it's like the phone's always ringing for problems. Hey, this guy's going home sick. This guy, you know, I'm up all night. I'm listening to the radio. So it's like, you know.
So when you were working, were you the only deputy for all the companies in New Britain for that night? Well, that tour or whatever it is?
Yeah. And they had someone that they, like, if I had a job, they would call somebody in. They would call Car 5, you know, Car 5 would come in, or, you know, so they had it covered. You know, they took care of us. You know?
Oh, good. Yeah. Now, okay, so New Haven, Middletown.
Oh, how about this?
What?
So Matt graduates from the fire academy. So we're all going to go down. We're going to get the family together, and we're going to, you know. So we go down. We go to the academy. He's going to graduate. So finally, you know, they do the, you know, the presentation. You know, all the recruits are there. They play the bagpipes. But now we're walking out to the lobby, and where all the families will take pictures. So Matt's there, my wife's there, you know, my daughter, and so the assistant chief of operations, or the chief of operations, I know, Chief Macarelli. So he goes, he comes up to me, goes, "Hey, we got a job. You want to go?" I'm like, I'm in the Class A. So I look to my cousin, Timmy Jeffrey. I go, "Timmy, you want to go on a job? Let's go." I didn't tell my wife. I just took off. So now we're going to this job. We pull up, and it's a good fire. These guys are doing a good job. They're knocking it down. So we're in there walking around, and so my phone's buzzing.
Yeah.
She is not happy.
Not happy, man.
No. I'm like, Chief, we got, you know, we almost done. I got to get back, you know. Took off on her, you know, and I should have done that, but, you know, I figured it was going to be a quick one, you know.
Yeah, it'll be a quick one.
Yeah. So she got to drink that night. I had to drive home. You know? I didn't drink. She could drink. It was a good party, though. You know.
God bless her. God bless her. She's probably just like, he's on there. There he goes again. And then, you know, the boys are going with him, and his brother and everything.
Oh
she's
yeah.
Probably used, you know. She's probably used to it by now. But like, how long did it take her, do you think, to get used to like this is my life, honey. This is what I'm doing, and I'm gonna be out the door.
She's a saint. She's a saint.
Yeah.
Like there's one time, like, I went down with my brother. You know, he was in engine 75, and I think Timmy Collette was in 69. So we're gonna. I tell her, I'm like, "Hey, Les, I'll be home like 5:30, 6 o'clock." So we went down like 1 o'clock. We're still hanging out. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So now we're gonna go over and see Timmy at 5 o'clock. Timmy's not there, but the guys are really their hospitality at engine 69, 28. They're a great bunch of guys. So they're like, "Oh, you want to have dinner with us?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" I got home at 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's like, you know, it's, oh my God, you know, it's, but she's a saint. I tell you what, she's the best, you know. So
did she have anybody on her side that was on the fire department?
Nope.
No. So she didn't know what she was getting into.
She did not. When she said I do, later on, she's like, I would have don't, you know?
Yeah. So. See, my wife's father was a fireman. She had uncles that were firemen.
There you go. So she knew.
She kind of knew, but, you know, even to like, up to retirement. She was like, what group are you in again? When are you working again? Like she got it, but she didn't get it all. But that's pretty funny.
Yep.
Oh man, that's great.
It is cool.
All right, so you decided to retire in 2022. Like, were you ready, or were you forced out, or how'd that go?
No. I had some health issues, so that kind of helped it along a little bit.
Yeah.
But you know what? I just got where I'm like, you know what? I'm done. And somebody told me that. Someone, Captain Bishop, back in the day, he goes, you're gonna know when you're done. You're done. And he goes, you're gonna go to work. You're gonna kind of dread getting up in the morning, going to work. And you get to work, and then it's okay, and then you're all right, but you'll know. And I did. I knew.
Yeah.
Guys said on my job, go, I can't believe you're really leaving. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. You just know when you're ready.
Were you ready to retire? Were you ready?
Absolutely, I knew it.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't. There was nobody in my family on the fire department, before me. So I didn't have that. I mean, I grew up in a neighborhood that was all city workers, cops, firemen, sanitation. Everybody's fathers worked for the city in some aspect or another. My father couldn't pass the fire department test back in the day. Like, he couldn't get over the wall, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't like, it wasn't grown, taught to me or anything like that. Yeah, there were guys in the neighborhood whose fathers were firemen, and we all just knew. I was like, oh, I saw a fire 2 blocks away from my house when I was like 8 years old, and I was like, that's what I want to do. The rush, the adrenaline, the heat, the organized chaos, the fire out the windows,
it's cool, right?
The glass breaking, the saws going. I can remember all that, and I was like, that's what I want to do. And it took me a while. I didn't get on the job. I turned 30 in the academy, and
wow,
yeah. So all I wanted to do was just fight fire. I didn't want to do truck work, really. I wanted to just put water on fire. I wanted to stretch the line, put the knot, and just have fun, the adrenaline. So it wasn't like I was planning on like this big, long, I was just having fun. I was having fun. I love it. Yeah. And then one day after, during COVID, I was like, we were running our balls off. I was just like, I was done. I was just like, you know what? This isn't fun anymore. There was a fifth, like I was first due at a 5th alarm fucking across the street from the firehouse, and half the company was gone because of COVID. And I was like, you know what? This used to really get my adrenaline up. Now I was like, I don't really want to do this right now. So that's when I knew. I was like, I think I'm ready.
Time to go. And
I didn't have a ton of time on it. I was 18 and a half years on the fire department. I had bought my military time back. So it was 21 and a half. But like guys do like 37, 40 years, like, and they just lived it, and I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm closing the chapter. Time to start something new. But I miss the guys. I miss the guys.
I do. I miss the guys. Yeah. And even going back to the firehouse, it's like, I'm kind of like on the outside looking in, even though they're really gracious and they're like, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah. It's like, I miss being a part of them, Yeah. I mean, I'm there, but I was, but I'm not now,
Yeah. And you miss your guys. You miss your guys that you worked with.
Yeah.
That you caught fires with, that you worked for, that worked for you. Like the guys that you all came up together,
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
Yeah. So you knew you were ready. Now in retirement, you're doing like a design, the Connecticut State Fallen Firefighter Memorial thing. Like, tell me about that.
I started that back in like the 90s.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
And the reason why they asked me to be on the committee, the state association asked me to be on the committee, because I would be painting and they knew that I had talent. So they said, hey, would you be interested in being a part of the committee and help with the designing and all that? And I said, yeah, I'm in.
Nice.
So the monument up at the academy, it was dedicated 2002, and I've been on the committee ever since.
Is this it?
That is it.
That is it.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So that's the monument at New Britain Academy.
That is the State Fire Academy where that is right now.
Okay, State Fire Academy.
That's for all firefighters in the state of Connecticut die in the line of duty. Their name goes on that monument.
And you designed that?
Yeah, the front of it.
Nice.
There's a picture of. There's another picture of the front of it.
Yeah, let me see. I think you guys are standing in front of it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, nice.
And that's Matt, Eva, my father, Tyler, myself, Jay, and Jay's son Chris. And Amanda's
Man.
out of the picture; she wasn't there. But
That's
yeah,
nice.
that's the monument. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. That's
yeah,
great.
it's an honor to be part of that.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we got a
And
website, and every year we have. Actually, this year we had, we have a memorial dinner, and this year we had Eugene Stolowski. He was
Yeah,
on Father's Day or the
Mhm.
Black Sunday.
Black Sunday. Yeah,
He did a great speech. He was really
Yeah.
good, super nice guy.
I actually I spoke to him a couple months ago. I was going to have him on, and I just let things go, and I haven't called him back. So I should give him a ring again.
You should.
Yeah, yeah. He was a really nice guy.
He's
really nice
super
guy.
nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Connecticut State Fallen Firefighters Memorial, ctffm.net, and I will link that in the description. You want to check out the website, donate, all that stuff. It'll all be linked in the description.
Yeah.
All right. So you got on that because you're an artist. You're a painter.
Yeah.
And you have painted since you're like, how old?
11 years old.
11.
I don't know if they were any good back then, but that
you got to start somewhere.
that picture I did after 9/11.
Yeah.
And I just said, you know what? I'll do an American flag with a leather helmet, put the number 343. And yeah.
Nice. So when did you really start painting portraits of firemen? Here's a great one. That's amazing.
And I had him pose in front of everybody in front of 30 Truck. He didn't know I was doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's he's a great guy.
Yeah.
And so
that's the great Chief E.J. Tierney. God rest his soul. Yeah, great man. Great man. Tell me about painting. How did you get
so
started?
I painted all kinds of things. I had an interest in painting. I went to CCSU for graphic arts, and I didn't finish my degree because I got on the job, and I thought maybe I could do part-time, but I'm like, and I was, I was doing graphic arts, but I'm more into the fine art, so, I started painting firemen, but back in the day, we would buff. We would go down to the city. It would be me, Timmy Collette, my brother, Timmy Brown, and Timmy would be taking pictures. My brother would be taking pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, hey, that's a great picture. Let me paint it. Let me draw it. And how I got my ideas, one night we stayed at 3514 in Harlem, where John Goss worked. And I saw his artwork in the firehouse, and I'm like, holy shit, this guy's amazing. And I kind of knew who he was because he did a painting for an advertisement for Task Force Tips. And he got paid for he did a painting with Task Force Tips or something like that.
Task Force Tips. Okay.
Yeah, they were fog nozzles. And I remember seeing the advertisement, but I saw a painting of firemen. I go, wow, that's John Goss.
Yeah.
So I started getting really into painting firefighters, and I started doing a couple pictures of New York. There's a picture that was on the back of WNYF magazine.
Which one was it?
It shows a picture of the magazine. It should say WNYF.
There
it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
So he's in ladder 28. That's Mike McPartland. He became a chief, big time chief. I think his boys are on the job.
Yeah, Marty. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I know Marty.
I did his portrait too. But
did you? No shit.
Yeah, he doesn't know it. I still have it. I just never.
He probably still won't know because I don't think he watches the show anyway.
We got to get him involved, man.
That's great.
So,
that's a great picture.
So Timmy took that reference shot for me to paint.
Yeah.
So I painted that, and back in the day, I was talking to the art director from WNYF. He goes, "Oh, I like your work. I'm going to put it on the,
Yeah.
So Timmy, Lieutenant James Curran, he was big in the burn center back in the day. And they say he was a tremendous fireman. He called me and he goes, hey, I'm doing art. It's called the Art of Fire. We're trying to raise money. We're having artists come, show off their artwork, raise money for the burn center. You interested? I go, absolutely.
Nice. Yeah.
So that's when I went down there, I met John Goss. What a great guy. Oh, I love talking to him about art. And he go, man, I love your artwork. Oh, I love that one. And, and he goes, man, I love that Harlem truck. I'm like, you like my work? Oh my God. What an honor,
Yeah.
So unfortunately, years later, he passed away from cancer, but his artwork is all over the city. Like in 5930, you guys have it in the kitchen. That painting.
I think I have it.
Yeah.
I think he gave it. Let me see if I can
behind
find
glass. It. You have it behind glass. But
yeah. Of the guys fighting the fire. Yeah.
That's right. John Goss.
Oh,
He's
no
a tremendous,
I should know that. Artist. Yeah. That's pretty wild. Yeah, I can't find it.
Oh,
of course.
I'm sorry. I should have. I should have labeled them for you.
No, it's what it is. Sometimes when I transfer the pictures over to the streaming service, I think I got them all, and I don't always have them all. But here's another picture, which is great.
That's one is Devil's Stairway.
Yes, yeah.
That's the one that sold a lot. That sold a lot in the United States. That I did really well with that. And I said set the guys up. I saw a fire and I kind of thought it in my head, and I said, I got to set the guys up to model them, so I would model guys in the firehouse, and they did a good job.
Now, right. Like you paint from pictures, you paint from models, or do you ever paint anything like just out of the top of your head?
I do sometimes, like not. What I'll do is, for instance, if I model somebody like outside, there's a painting I did. I modeled the guys outside in a parking lot. I had them like cutting a hole, but they were on the parking lot. And then what I did is I brought them in, took that picture, and then I painted the skyline behind them. So that was all made up. That was like in my head. I just designed, so I'll use a lot of my imagination when I'm painting pictures of like I need a background or I need some extra, they're turned and their arms out a little bit. I have to make adjustments. Right. I use my artistic license, I guess.
Yeah. So you got this handsome devil.
Yeah.
Hey, you better make sure you get my fucking good side, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a good
nice. It's so real looking. It looks like a photograph. Like that's amazing. Yeah. How long would it take you to do a portrait like this?
Now that I'm retired, because I would work at 24. I'd be starting a painting before my 24. I'd do a 24, come home, I'd be like, I'm too tired. I can't do it. I don't want to screw it up either, So now it's like I could probably I've gotten paintings done in like a week and a half.
Okay.
And then of course you got to let them dry for a couple of days and then frame them. But I push paintings along, to get them done.
Have you ever like started a painting, went in, did a 24, whatever, it came out, and then you started it, you started doing it again, and you fucked it up, and you're like, oh shit.
Yes.
throw it out.
No, what I do is I take because I use oils, so I'll take the oil like a turpentine.
Just wipe it clean.
Or I'll do half of it, and a lot of times the faces, you can't cheat on a face. You know what I mean? So you got to, if you have a face and the mouth is off, it doesn't look like them. The eyes are off. You got to be spot on. And there's measurements that I do to make sure that there's specific, but it's tough sometimes, and it's
amazing talent. Now I know you're an amazing artist. I know for sure, as I'm going to put up more pictures, but this one was without a doubt paint by numbers. That fucking guy.
Was. Yes, that was.
I know you painted by numbers for this guy.
Colin did. Yep.
That's a good picture.
We were trying to I forget his wife's name. I forget
Kelly.
His wife's name. Yeah. So she was texting me and I'm trying to figure out. So I was having people take pictures for me.
Yeah.
And
that's a great painting though. You got the whole. I love it. Awesome stuff. Let's see what else we got here. And you could, by the way, find all these where, Mr. Walsh?
PaulWalshPrints.com.
PaulWalshPrints.com. It will be linked in the description. Head on over there. You can buy the prints. You can order them. Like, how does that? You can do all that stuff.
Commission me to paint your portrait too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, what are those? They'll send you a picture and you give them a price.
Or I can take a picture, if they're close by, whatever,
Right. Not only do you paint, but you take pictures too. You have taken one of my favorite pictures ever.
Isn't that a great photo?
I don't know if you could see it.
Yeah. Yeah. You could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that picture. I love it.
Isn't that
all
great?
The guys. It is. It really is. I mean, it was a September 11th, right?
Yeah. It was a memorial service.
Yeah. Every year, 5930 have a memorial service on September 11th.
You guys do a great job with that too.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a breakfast, have the mass, and we used to go down to Father Fred. Yep. Yeah. And we used to go down when the site was still being built up and lay a wreath and all that stuff. But they set up the truck. They already put out the aerial, and you climbed on it to take this picture.
Yeah, I asked him. I said, "Hey, can you put the ladder up? Let me get in there and take a picture of everybody."
Yeah,
my boys are in there too. I think Matt and Tyler, and I think Jeff Anderson came up. He was on a job in New Britain with us. He came up too.
Yeah. Do you remember what year this was?
I could look it up.
No, I mean, you only knew the top of your head.
Yeah, I could look it up. It might be. Was it the 10th anniversary? I don't know.
No?
I think it was. It might have been.
We were there. I was there every year, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I love that picture. And yeah, you're a photographer. You're a painter now. You got Jimmy Leach.
Oh yeah, I took that photograph when we were at Metal Day.
Nice
Metal Day picture. Yeah, and I said, I got to paint them.
Yeah.
Captain Leach, good guy.
Oh, great guy. Who's this guy?
That guy is a lieutenant in New Britain. Actually, he's got promoted to captain, but he was my aide for a while.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Aides in New Britain are lieutenants.
Oh,
they're not privates. I know in New York they're privates.
Yeah.
And he was my aide, and he did a really good job for me. So
nice. Looking all serious. He's like, oh, let me look serious for this picture.
Yeah. That was at a job. Actually, that was at fire. Yeah.
And you don't only do portraits, but you do firehouses too. This is a great freaking picture. That is nice.
Yeah, because we used to ride down with Lieutenant Keating. Me and Timmy Klett used to ride down, and when Lieutenant Keating, Ed Keating was working, he was a war year fireman. Really good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Timmy and I would ride there, and I think Jay went with us too a couple times. And I painted that. That's
just the detail, like with the bricks on the building, and like the when it rains, how the white of the building gets dirty. Like that's great.
Yeah.
Even the flag is like rolled up. Like that's just an amazing picture. Love it.
Thanks.
I do. Like
that was I've done a bunch of fireouts. I did 20. I did Engine 47.
You did this one too.
277. That's Baltimore. That's Baltimore.
Wow.
That's Timmy Klett's son's firehouse.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
That is. I mean, it looks like a photo. It looks like a picture, like a photo.
Oh, the brickwork caused me to drink, man. That was brutal.
It looks, but I mean, it's perfect. Like it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whole Walsh prints. Everybody, get on there and get yourself some paintings done.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna pop up some more pictures and talk about those, and then we'll start winding it down. I'll ask you the advice question, but let's see what we got here. Let's see what we didn't look up yet. I think. Okay.
Saw that one.
Yep.
See that guy to the left? That guy to the left. Really good fireman. Into the job. He would write down a diary of all his fires. His name is Craig Anderson. He would write down like every job, every fire that he went to in his entire career. So his family owned a farm, a well-known farm in Connecticut. And he goes, I'm going to retire. I'm going to go work on a farm. I think he was retired a year and died.
No fucking way.
Really good dude.
Man.
His brother was on the job too.
Wow.
And his brother Chris Anderson retired. But he was a great pump operator. Whenever I worked overtime with him, he was on Engine 5. I'd be like, I know he's got it covered, man. He knows where he's going.
How did he pass away?
I think he went to sleep and didn't wake up.
Oh, fuck, man.
You know?
Wow.
One of those things.
You know, I mean, life is so short that part of the reason why I'm doing this, aside from just having fun and talking to guys and hearing stories, but getting guys that have such great legacies and great careers on freaking permanent, you know, where their grandkids and great grandkids can go, you know what? I wonder what my grandfather did, and boom, click and hear his stories and hear your stories. That's part of the reason I love it, and it's going to be there forever. I wish I could hear what my grandfather did by a click of
I know,
you know,
right? You know, I think that too. It's like,
so it's sad that a guy that wrote every single fire down that he went to, who could probably write a book if he's got them all, if somebody in his family could get that out in print, he dies a year later after he retires. Like, he didn't even get to really.
I know. He knew everything about every apparatus. Oh, he's good dude.
Man,
really
that
good guy.
sucks,
You know,
man. That sucks. All right, what's this one? Woo!
That was at the dinner with the memorial dinner with Gene Stolowski.
Yeah,
and that's Chris to the right, Jay's son, Jay, myself, Matt, and then Tyler on the left.
Nice, nice. You guys all groom your mustaches at the same time, or what?
Yeah, we did. Actually, I think Matt got rid of his. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. What's this one?
That's the same day. But that Mac was there. We got Mac in the picture.
Yeah.
Pat Buckley next to Tyler to the right. He's a good guy. He was a cop, but I think he really wanted to be a fireman his whole career. But he's a volunteer in Kensington. Good guy, good fireman, into the job, always does the right thing, you know. And Jeff Anderson, the guy to his right. And then over to the left by the bagpiper, he's on 55 truck. And down in the city.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the city. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
And trying to see who else. The guy.
Do you know who's the bagpiper?
Is Scotty Harris is a guy. Oh, that's Chris Grills. Chris Grills. And
nice.
I think he's pretty close to retirement. You know, but he played the bagpipes for us. He plays in the New London bagpipes. You have that picture, that boat, the ship.
The ship.
Oh, you got to find that one. That's a good. He's actually
sent me a ship picture.
Oh man, it must have not have gone through.
Yeah, some did. Some. I mean, I'm just kind of going down the line now. That one. That's a print.
That's actually one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Tell
me about that
one. That is Richie Ivers. Ivers from Rescue 2. And he has a hose line on his, you know, and a guy that worked with him down in Florida there's a bunch of retired guys in Florida, and they wanted me to do this painting, and they wanted to give this to Rescue 2. So I did this portrait.
Yeah.
And you know, it's some days when I'm working, I'm painting, shit doesn't come out right. But for some reason, when I painted this painting, everything came out right. From the headlight of the car to his hose line to the nozzle, the brass, you know, the bail on it, everything worked. I mean, even his face mask back in the old days, the face mask, you know, his face, and
amazing.
It just worked. And it's like a favorite painting of mine. From
the wrinkles in his turnout coat to the car in the back, the background looks like almost like a photo, and you just painted over the photo. You know, that's good. That's how good and detailed this is. Amazing.
And Warren Fuchs took that picture. He was a dispatcher in Brooklyn, famous dispatcher.
Yeah.
He took that picture, and he told me a lot of stories about being in Rescue 2. You know, riding down there back in the day.
And I just noticed another detail, like with the hook that he's carrying, like he's got the black tape around.
Yes.
You know, and like just subtle details like that, like the rips in the tape, because that's how they looked, because they got used so much. That's amazing. Really great.
Thank you.
Whole Walsh prints, everybody. I'm telling you. Get on there. Oh, there's the boat. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the story. So this is the New London firefighter bagpipes. Okay. And they're like, I'm like, they kind of want a fundraising painting or picture. I'm like, yeah. We'll do it. Have a couple guys go. Maybe we'll pose in front of the Eagle, you know, the Coast Guard Eagle.
Okay.
Well, not a couple guys. They all show up except my cousin. My cousin's the only one who didn't show up. And I'm like, are you kidding me, Tim? And but it took me a year to paint that.
Wow, a
With
year.
all the detail in, but I really, it's worth it after the wait of waiting to, finish painting this. And I couldn't wait till I was done.
Yeah.
But yeah.
At any
cool,
point
right?
were you like, forget this freaking thing, man.
Oh, and it was
this,
big.
yeah.
So it's on my it's down here in my art area. And I'm like,
yeah.
It's like, it took me forever. And then doing the lines, the lines for the ropes off the sails, I'm like, oh
man.
my God. But
you got to have a steady hand to do that, man.
And I don't.
No.
Jeez. I'm getting better. I'm getting better because I practice a lot, but I hate doing lines. Hate it.
How many how often do you get requests to do paintings or portraits?
I probably once a month.
Okay.
Yeah. I do between 12 and 15 paintings a year. This year I had a couple big projects, so I kind of pushed back stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm pretty busy, and if I'm not doing commission work, I'm working on other stuff. Like, people ask me to do stuff, my relatives want, a picture of so-and-so or whatever, I'll do it. And, beach scenes. I like doing beach scenes. And
nice.
If you go to the website, you'll see, I got hundreds of pictures on there, so.
PaulWalshPrints.com. What's this one? Oh, that's
good story.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you saw the picture of engine 41, the fire.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Ed Keating, he goes, we need a patch. I want you to make up a patch. And I'm like, yeah, I can make you up a patch. What do you want? So I actually have a drawing of that, and I drew it and I gave it to Lieutenant Keating. I go, here's the patch. He had that made up.
Did he?
And they actually had it back in that probably had to be 80, 81, 82, maybe, Yeah. And he said, he wanted it on a knob.
On the knob.
And I said, yep, I'll do it. And
it's a fireman got his turnout code open.
Yeah.
And I guess he's flashing the fire.
Exactly. And I guess the story was behind that was there was a fireman that was riding on the back step that didn't have anything underneath his jacket, and he flashed somebody or something, but he goes, his legs in the picture have to be hairy. So you see his hair, the hair.
Yeah.
So I did it for Katie. He was a captain. He retired as a captain.
Okay.
Then he passed away, but he was in the Emerald Society.
Yeah.
And but he liked a good time, that's for sure.
That's a great picture. How about this one?
Look
at you. Look at you.
That I had a fire in a high rise. Man, I had some. Yeah, it's.
New Britain's got high rises?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That one is, I think, 9 stories. That was a decent job. It was kind of like not bad.
Yeah.
But I had one like a year before I retired. And it was funny. I was in a firehouse and my printer would start printing. Like I would hear a job coming in.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to it, and I can hear I'm going. So I start getting up and getting dressed. Dispatcher comes over and goes, alarms at Spring Street. I forget the address. Spring Street. And the alarms are going off at like he said, a zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5. I go, that's a job.
Wow.
So I didn't have my normal aid with me. So I'm like, shit. But whatever. I got to deal with what I got, So we're driving there, and the first company that says, fire showing, I end up saying, give me a second alarm, give me mutual aid, because we're going to have our hands full because it's a standpipe out.
Mm-hmm.
And, so I had ladder 1. I had John Toronto and Pat O'Shea. They were the inside team. They got up there. They found a guy in that apartment right at the doorway. I mean, there's a video. If I find it, it's on Facebook, but it shows prior to us arriving.
Yeah.
Fire just blowing out of this apartment.
Wow.
And we had our hands full. I have ladder 2. Hey, we're in the back of the building. We can't get close enough to throw the ladder because of the snowbanks. We got people threatening to jump. And the radios sucked. The radios were terrible.
Yeah.
It was the radio frequency, when they went to digital, I think it's the worst thing they ever did to the fire department.
Really?
Digital radios. Oh, I think
Yeah.
at least the ones New Britain got.
Even today, we in high rises, we still had problems. You know, even to this day. Well, when I retired, we were still having problems with guys on the upper floors with the radios. You know, it's almost like you can't get this fucking shit right in this day and age, where you know I could probably get a better signal with my cell phone to the guy up in the high rise than
exactly
these
and
radios.
Why does that work like that?
I don't know.
Why can you talk on your phone better than you can on your radio? And our lives depend on the radio. You know,
right?
I can never understand that. And then you have a Motorola rep come and tell you, well, maybe you're not using it. Maybe you should turn your head a little. I'm like, listen, I'm in a fire. You know,
you're not using it right.
Yeah, it's like, are you kidding me? You know, firefighters should be having stuff that should be unbreakable. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Let's see, what do we got here? There you go.
That's the job. That's the fire.
That's the high rise we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Their fire was blown out of that. I think they're just in there getting it, and they did a great job on the standpipe ops. The guys did a tremendous job. Unfortunately, we lost a guy. He succumbed to his injuries from living in an apartment. But I guess he was on oxygen.
Oh, it was a civilian.
Oh yeah, civilian. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about it.
Oh no. That's.
Have you ever? Have you guys ever lost anybody?
Yeah, we lost
line of duty.
Yeah, deputy chief. He was working. He ended up having a heart attack. In the firehouse. And
oh really?
Yeah. He was a really good chief, really good guy. Deputy Chief Fiori. You know. But
was that your time? While
yeah. I was a captain on Engine 2. And the guys were working, and they thought they heard something in his office, and it was like right about 11 o'clock or something like that. They go, I thought I heard something crash.
Yeah,
and he had his door locked. The door was locked. They had to force the door.
Oh man!
And but he was like, and you ever have people that you watch and you say, if I was an officer, I'd be like him. And I always thought, if I was a chief, I would hope to be like that. He's very calm, Marine, no pressure, shit's on. And he's like, we're at a fire one time and they know there's people inside. The place is blowing in the wind. And he just looks at me, he goes, because I was always on an engine, and I was on the engine. I pulled up. He goes, get me a line, put that fire out on the second floor. I go, no problem, chief. I won't disappoint, And they made a rescue. They grabbed the guy out of the second floor. It was good. They did it, but he was one of those that you just class act, good guy.
There was nothing better than a boss, a chief that is calm at a fire scene. Like calm breeds calm. You get a lot of young guys showing up and we're all nervous and you're like, oh, what the fuck's going on? And you got a guy that goes, just brings everybody down. Okay, don't worry. We got this. And it just, it breeds everybody. Okay. He said we got it. I guess we do. But you got a guy that's like a, screamer or crazy. It riles everybody up. So
I
had
a chief. Yeah. I had Chief Scarlett back in the day when I first got on. He was an older guy, been on the job a long time. And I remember going to this fire, and the officer that I had didn't have a mask. He wouldn't wear a mask. So he couldn't make it in as far as I could make it in.
Yeah.
So I'm in there by myself. Do I feel a tap on my shoulder? He's got his bell cap on, the chief, the deputy chief, and his windbreaker. And he's tapping me. Good job. Keep moving. Keep moving.
Wow.
Unbelievable. No mask, no nothing. Just calm as could be.
Smoking a cigarette.
And he did smoke. Yeah. Very calm. Just you got it.
Yeah. All right. We got one more picture here.
That's my crew right before I retired.
Nice.
That was the guys in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And
nice.
They were really good guys, good bunch of guys,
Good stuff, man. Great stuff. Great career. I've done a lot of things, just a lifetime of service. Just something to be really, really proud of. You got a family serving the public as fireman. You've had history of family in the job. Really, really amazing career. Before we go, I just have that one final question for you. I thank you for sitting in with me. The paintings, awesome. Paul Walsh prints, like amazing artist, amazing fireman. Thank you so much, like, for being here.
Thank you.
But so before we go, I usually like to ask a question. My question to you is the one question I think about is, what piece of advice you would have for like new officers or chiefs being in charge of like a large multiple alarm fire and knowing when to trust your men to put the fire out, or knowing when to make an unpopular decision and pull the guys out. We kind of talked about it a little bit because things are going bad, or something to that effect. What kind of advice do you have for either new chiefs or new guys, new officers that are running a fire scene with a lot of guys and things are starting to get fucking hairy?
Well, I'll do young officers. Young officers train, and it's tough with EMS. We're running out the door doing tons of EMS, and it seems like we do more EMS than we do about firefighting, in some ways, because 60%, 70% of our runs are EMS. But we got to remember, EMS calls might not necessarily kill us, but you go to a fire and you don't know what's going on, and you could get jammed up. And don't forget, those dominoes start falling. When the bell goes off, that first domino is, we don't know where it is. We know the building, maybe, but we don't know where the fire is. We don't know what it's doing. We don't know who's inside. So you start having dominoes fall. You don't want those dominoes falling. They will, but if you're trained good enough and well enough, you can prevent them from falling. And that would be, doing even a 20-minute drill. Just, hey, guys, come. As a new officer, I would bring my guys and say, listen, we're just going to train on this today. This is, how to hook up the rip pack to the ear pack. Let's try it. Do it a couple times with gloves up. You're done in 20 minutes. But you know what? You learned something. That's key. And if it's cold out, you don't want to go out, put a video on. Watch a fire. You know how much experience I got from buffing down in New York City and buffing around here? Because I would go and I would watch. And what am I doing? I'm watching a fire in a building. So when I would come home after buffing fires and I'd go to work in New Britain, I'd see a fire and I'd be like, nah, not as big as this fire that these guys had. And they were calm as shit. But you know what I mean? You understand the fire. So that's what I would say. It says, train your guys, know your guys, and always take care of your guys. Always cover your guys. Take care of your guys, And as a chief, also take care of your guys. I think that's important. If you really take care of your guys, no matter what, your guys will take care of you. If you take care of them, and knowing that they train every day, that I liked my guys train, I would say, hey, what are you training on today? Just making sure they're doing the training. And when it comes to fires, when it's helter skelter and shit's going on, and as a chief, you got to start divvying up the responsibilities. You start doing divisions or start doing, just divide up the work responsibility. So now, not only you're easing up on yourself of the responsibility, you're giving it a little bit to the guys. And as a chief, you trust your guys. And I would come into the firehouse and I would look at my day sheet and I'd look at it and go, okay, I'm good. I know who I got. Yeah. I got good guys working. If I'm working overtime or something, it's like, I know how far I can push my guys. I know what their abilities and capabilities are. So I would look at it as, when I pull up, what my conditions are and what's my progression. And is my progression doing time-wise, knocking the fire down? And if it's not, I have to pull back. And I think hopefully the guys would know. I know they're going to be mad, but I'd rather them to be pissed off at me than having his wife pissed off at me. You know what I mean? So the key is, get out and train with you guys. Even if you're a deputy, go watch what they're doing. So that would be my advice to a new deputy, and take care of your guys, because my guys definitely took care of me, and I love them. So
nice, awesome advice. That's great stuff. Really, training. Buffing, reading the smoke, reading the fires, learning all that stuff, knowing your guys, knowing the guys, and how far you can push them. You might have junior guys and go, they might not be able to go as far as my senior guys.
Exactly.
Knowing your
Yeah.
guys is a huge key right there. Awesome stuff.
Yeah. Cool.
Chief, I can't
Yes.
thank you enough for
Kenny,
stepping
I
up
can't thank
to
you
me.
enough, man.
You know, short notice for doing this and getting me the pictures and stuff. And I had a great conversation. It was really great to know
time.
to get to know you better too. You know, like I've seen you so many times and talked to you, but I never really got to talk to you. Yeah. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Don't hang up yet. Don't hang up. We're gonna debrief after all this. So
Cool.
thanks again. Deputy Chief, retired from the New Britain, Connecticut Fire Department, Paul Walsh. Thank you so much for being on the kitchen table. And remember, it must be true if you heard it at the kitchen table. Thanks, everybody. Take care.